Well, this list is a surprise. I just finished recording my reaction to the Tiny Toons teaser reboot thing, and the moment I go to the main page, WatchMojo gives me this top 10 Gundam series. When it comes to Gundam, WatchMojo is questionable at best, downright insulting at worst. Seriously, it's like I remember a top 10 list about Gundam. The order was wrong, and in one case, they even completely mislabeled the Gundam. Like, I think they called the Impulse Gundam the Destiny. How can you make... How did that get past, like, the editing? What the hell? So, yeah, I gotta see this myself. Who we got? Okay, we got Flint Asano. So if somehow age is anywhere near the top 10 list, I'm gonna say bullshit right now. Because the first generation of age was good, very good. It started going downhill from there and just went down like a steep ass incline here, like 180 degrees steep down incline with Kyo. Let's see what we got. Sorry, I mean, okay, keep paranoid here. Okay, there we are. I will say I still want a master grade of the Gundam Legolas. Oh!
For this list, we'll be looking at the absolute best series
that made me
Mecha
happy.
franchise has to offer. We won't be including movies on this list, so don't expect to see Hathaway's Flash or Char's Counterattack. What's your favorite Gundam series?
That's fair.
Let us know in those comments below.
Zeta Gundam.
Number 10, Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury. The latest series in the Gundam franchise.
This should... Okay, you guys should also not included series that are still going. Cause yeah, by the time of this recording, I've still yet to react to the latest episode released.
Takes a very different approach to the rest, with the key factor being that it has the very first female protagonist in the franchise. After entering the School of Technology, Suletta Mercury soon finds herself in the position of having to take on many Gundam duels against her fellow
Gundam
students.
duels of a crowd loud. And oh, the other people also know. Da 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 da.
All of this is a
Okay, but can you at least say it right here? Mobile Suit Duel. Gundam refers to a type of mobile suit here. It's like calling all tanks in the world Abrams. That's what you're doing here. That's the best analogy I can give you here. Like calling all the mobile suits you see Gundams. It's like calling all the tanks you see, oh, look at the Russian Abrams or the British Abrams. Come on!
deep political drama between opposing companies vying for her defeat. As this is the newest Gundam entry, expect to see some of the most beautifully animated mecha battles ever seen in anime.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Mobile's okay. The East is burning red. It's sad the actor who voiced Domo retired after this scene. It was so great.
Neo Japan's champion Domon Kashu must not only win, but also track down his brother, who is looking to destroy life as we know it with his Devil Gundam.
Listen, you wouldn't by chance have seen this man around the city?
The first Gundam series set outside the Universal Century, G
Mhm.
Gundam is basically what you get when you switch Gundam's genre into super robots. Each
But still
world
keep
nation
the
has a
theme.
representative Gundam with its own unique design and fighting style. It's wacky,
Yeah,
it's over the top,
but still
it's
keeps the
Gundams
theme.
fighting Gundams.
But it still sticks to the theme here because they made Earth the ring. It was like the inverse for UC here, where in UC the elite live on Earth and the rabble, the second class citizens, all live in space here. Here it's the opposite here, where the rich, powerful, and the lucky move to space, while Earth is just a dumping ground here. And that was part of the scene as well here, where we see the area here, like historical landmarks and world wonders have been just trashed and totaled. The planet wrecked. And this is a war here, and it's despicable. Shining finger! Yes!
Number 8,
Turn A Gundam.
For the 20th anniversary of the Gundam franchise, series godfather Yoshiyuki Tomino pulled out all the stops.
Yeah.
In the year 2345 of the correct century, the long-lost
Herself.
race returns to Earth for its resources, and it's up to a spy, Loran Sehak, to defend the planet with an ancient mobile suit.
Supposedly a Gundam from beyond the solar system.
Gundam is a landmark title in the Gundam mythos for its gorgeous artwork, nods to other entries of the franchise, hinting that they all may be connected, and its highly controversial Gundam design from
Yeah.
American visual artist Sid Mead.
Yeah. That was the whole point, to try to make it approachable for Westerners. I'm sorry, like while the Turn A design has grown on me, can we like have an in-universe reason, as in-universe like event happen that it turns Turn A into more traditional Gundam-like appearance? Like, no mustache?
It all adds up to a unique watching experience and one of the most ambitious Gundam tales to date. Number 7, Mobile Suit
Gundam Seed. Yeah, I like this one.
The first Gundam of the new millennia, Gundam Seed centers on two childhood friends, Kira and Atheron, forced to fight on opposite sides of a war between humans and genetically enhanced coordinators.
Yep.
Seed bears many references to the one-year war from the original Mobile Suit.
It was a
Gundam.
reimagining.
It never goes beat for beat and focuses heavily on Kira and Atheron's conflict, along with themes of racism and commentary on genetic manipulation.
Yeah, this was a reimagining of UC Gundam, like the UC of the modern era, where better reasoning here, because again, the whole Earth Noid, Space Noids got tiresome. It gets tiresome now here with, oh god, it's like, what's the point anymore? Are you fighting for ideals? Bleh. Here it makes more sense here. It's like the naturals have a bit of an inferiority complex with the coordinators here, although they think they're like genetic freaks, it's unnatural, blah blah blah, and the coordinators, they feel themselves superior. I mean, Izak is a proper example of that. And also victimized heavily by the naturals, like outnumbered, blamed and such here, especially when you look at some of the more expanded stuff here. Yeah, the alienation they were suffering, it happens, of course, and as well as just how divided the government is. They're not united or anything. There is internal divisions in both the Alliance and the plants, and even in neutral nations like Orb, with the whole Morgan raid helping the Alliance build the Gundams in the first place, even though Morgan raid, Orb owned, is supposed to be neutral. And yeah, the whole dilemma here with two friends and how the war affects them here. Neither of them ever thought they'd be in combat here. Atherin had no intention of ever fighting here, but then his mom died in Junior 7. Kira, extreme circumstances brought him here. And now they're crossing swords, as it were.
Seed was incredibly successful, becoming
I
the
got
first
it, yes.
alternate history Gundam to spawn a direct TV sequel, Gundam Seed Destiny. Which
Yeah.
was, different.
Dun, dun, dun. Ta-da!
Number 6, Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Kill you.
I'll kill you.
After 20 years of oppression, space colonies...
And soon it got to the point where I'm waiting for you to fuck. Just fuck already.
...to wage war against the Oz organization. While a modest hit in Japan, Gundam Wing is one of the main reasons the franchise is recognized overseas.
What introduced West to Gundam in its entirety here. And yeah, this show, along with others like Cowboy Bebop, it surprised me how they didn't do that well in their native country and had an explosion of popularity in the West. And yeah, I can't help but I love this show here. Thank you, Toonami, Death Scythe.
The series was a powerhouse title on Cartoon Network's Toonami block.
Yeah, it was
Viewers
the
something
star.
Far different from DBZ or Sailor Moon. Without the
I love those shows, but
designs, politically charged story or lovable cast, the Gundam franchise may not be the huge name around the world it is today. Number 5,
Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Years after a devastating war,
And we got the Erd Hunt going on right now, in which we got to the mobile armor appearance, well, part of mobile armor appearance, and it had like a PTSD flashback when it saw the Marcosius. Oh, this freak job. Get out of that Gundam, you bastard eyes. Yeah, child soldiers.
The gritty...
Yeah, and that's the thing about Gundam as well here. They've always had child soldiers, technically, up to the very first episode, the very first series here with, I think Hayato was 14. Granted, they even mentioned in-universe where kids that young are, well, mostly just guerrilla fighters, but yeah, people are young are not becoming fights. That Zeon had to bring in young kids even early on in the war here because they were so low on manpower. And as the Federation grew low as well, the age of recruitment also dropped. So yeah, they need everyone they can get. And Seed also brought this up again, and now we see IBO here address that here, where you have child soldiers. And it's worse than that here, like with the human debris and everything. It's just how bad it is.
Storytelling matches the action, and the mecha designs complement the pilots behind them. Though fighting often takes a back seat in the series, it's the underlying sentimentality that gives this series its edge.
Beautiful.
Number 4, Mobile Suit
The
Gundam
Gundam.
Unicorn.
The TV edit was pretty. The OVA was great, but the TV edit. I mean, the TV edit was just the OVA cut for TV.
And man, it has never looked better.
And yeah, the character design as well from the original Gundam and everything.
Behind it, this is one of the most visually amazing entries to date. There's also a great cast of heroes and villains, and a story that could have huge effects on other Universal Century stories. Number 3,
Okay. Stop right there. Okay, I need a moment here. But yeah, it's one of those things when you think about it with the Psycho frame. I mean, granted, I think new manga obviously retcons that here with the F91 supposedly having Psychoom frame technology incorporated here. It's very confusing here. It's hard to keep track of the continuity because Japan is not at all like a stickler for that. They don't really mind or have any issues with retconning or just ignoring continuity entirely sometimes. It's similar case here if you just look at the Resident Evil games here and how they tend to re-releases and stuff like that and to change things up here. Like if you play RE2, the original one here, there was never any like final form monster Birkin fight on the train. That was something they added in that rail shooter, and that became canon. That became part of the original timeline, if you will. The same thing as well with Gundam. Like they make a lot of stuff here, a lot of stories, manga, video games here, and the general consensus was, I say was because there's new evidence to the contrary, that if it's not animated, it's not canonical. So yeah, anything that's animated is part of the lore, of the main timeline lore here. This changed, obviously, with Thunderbolt, because that got animated, and it's not canon to the main timeline. It splits up to its own little alternate continuity. And occasionally they do have like this sit-down sessions here, from what I hear, that they discuss of the other expanded stuff here, the books, the manga, the video games, what's canonical, what's part of the timeline, and what ain't. Like, the storyline of the missing link with the Pale Rider, and like, yeah, the Pale Rider, the Slave Wraith team and everything, that's not canonical. So we got Mobile Suit Gundam, alright. Yeah, I'm willing to bet, of course, Zeta Gundam is number 1. Oh, really?
Mobile Suit Gundam.
The original series, of course.
Universal Century 0079, during the one-year war between the Earth Federation and the Principality of Zeon, one young man and one mobile suit emerged to turn the tide of the war and history itself.
Yep.
That's amazing. This is where it all began, the one-year war. Amuro and
those guns are not gonna do anything.
The undeniably awesome Char Aznable. This is vintage, old-school anime featuring a story that still holds up today.
Yeah, my god, if Char had a bazooka, I'm gonna assume, of course, that for the mission, it was just, the mission was reconnaissance. So he most likely was not given a bazooka for this mission here, but if he had that here, or at the very least got out his heat hawk immediately, he could have beaten Amuro in the Gundam, because keep in mind, the first time here, Amuro had nothing. He didn't know how to do anything. He kept making rookie mistakes. He wasted all 16 shots when he first fought Char. But in the end, all he did by not going all out here, because of, I assume, limitations, just didn't have the equipment, is give both Amuro and the Gundam battle experience. Which, yeah, I say the Gundam as well here, because the whole thing about the Gundam was that it was all computerized. Wow. This was 79 people here. I mean, so it's a big deal here where the giant piloted mech was full on, can be fully automated. It just didn't have any combat data. So yeah, it can collect and gather combat data, which at the time, it was like, wow, the learning computer and everything, where it can remember how it fought and such. So yeah, basically the Gundam got Amuro got better skilled, and the Gundam became much easier to pilot.
With excellent characters and motivations. Over 40 years after its debut, Mobile Suit Gundam has become more than an anime.
I mean, to be fair, there is some things where I would rather hate to be people cherish the Bright slap. I do too, but now I just want to punch Bright in the face here. It's like, what did you expect? You can't expect a civilian to act like a soldier just because he donned a military uniform. Come on. And why didn't you just send out Job John? He's an auxiliary pilot. That's kind of his purpose. Yeah, that's the thing as well.
It's a legend.
Yeah, that gun isn't gonna do jack. Yeah, the high X rounds.
Mobile Suit Gundam 00.
Oh, been that long.
In the year 2307 AD, a terrorist organization known as Celestial Being sends 4 Gundams to Earth with one mission: the elimination of war itself.
Yes, I appreciate it.
This is definitely one you should check out. You've got some of the
truly Gundam's true purpose fully realized. Detective pilots.
You've got a twist and turn story filled with political intrigue and war commentary. And of course, who doesn't love seeing a nigh invincible Gundam?
Yes, I love that. Yes. I love OP. Bye-bye. Ta-da! You know, one thing I still wonder is how in some universes they decided to go with mobile suits as the mainstay weaponry here. In some, they have an explanation here. Like, again, like what we're seeing right now, the honorable mention here, which is bringing up the origin. Let's play this here.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here's some honorable mentions. Mobile Suit Gundam, The Origin.
Yeah, okay, the origin here with Zeon's case here. Minovsky particles played a factor here. They were taking advantage. They were relying on that here because using Minovsky particles meant that the Federation couldn't rely on their guided missile systems here, like the Phanex. Yeah, they had a Phanex system, which is for missiles. And so that's why the ships were mostly about the main gun, big gun pointed there. But of course, they also needed a wonder weapon, something that could really turn a tide here, or at least they hope it could turn a tide, and that was the mobile suit. It's more to it than that, of course. Let me just try to breathe here, because I'm excited here. Of course, so far I gotta say this list is pretty good. Again, the biggest question is which from Mercury? Really, it hasn't even ended yet. I feel like leave that out here. So yeah, like Zeon did that here. But of course they needed something that could really give them an edge. They needed to think unconventionally because there was no goddamn way they could beat the Federation in a conventional fight. That's the Federation outnumbered, outproduced, outclassed them. They were outtrained them. They were outnumbered big time here. And so yeah, they needed a magic bullet here. Mobile suits proved to be that and more, especially in the Battle of Loom, where Zeon was outnumbered 1 to 3 or 4. They were about to lose, but then the mobile suits were called in and tide turned. So yeah, if you wonder how in other universes where they don't have like Minovsky particles, because in Gundam Wing and Gundam X, even Gundam 00, before the Gundams came in, how did they come up with the notion of the mobile suits here? Why did they chose that one? I just want to know logistics here, because for me, I can think of so many reasons in my head right now here. Yes, a space superiority weapon here with incredible power that can also double on the ground as well here. It's kind of pretty much replacing the need for fighters and tanks and even submersible units. Like streamline all that thing into one machine, or at least one, or very least one platform. Logistically, it makes sense. Don't want to start any debates on the comments, of course, for this. I just want to hear each universe's reason for them. The 8th MS team. They went for the English dub in this one. Wow.
Gundam Build Fighters.
Haha, yes. It's more of a fun one, but yeah. This is Build Fighters, I like. Build Divers, like, oh god.
Gundam Thunderbolts.
Ooh. That was a cool, I know the image. Or in a pocket.
In the pocket. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel.
United Maintenance Plan at work there with that Zaku model.
Latest videos. You have the option to be notified.
So show us Zeta Gundam.
If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam.
Wow.
But that kid looks like
surprising.
But that kid looks like a boar. But that kid looks like a boar.
7 years after the 1-year war, the game has changed. The Federation is now the enemy, and heroes must become rebels to stop them. Our number 1 pick goes to
technically it's the Titans.
Gundam back into relevance in the 80s. This epic space opera is dark, edgy, and so intense, it's impossible to look away.
If they insist on fighting,
Actually using the English dub for this, I'm surprised again.
Camille and his AUG allies.
Why don't you understand? You're attacking them.
The original Gundam story and are supported by familiar faces like Amuro and Char.
Yeah.
Though it may seem dark beyond compare, Gundam's
that's
in the present
war.
can be heavily credited to the brightest gem that is Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam.
It's like, oh, a story?
This video, check out these
An anime about the tragedy and horrors of war being dark? No, I never could have thought about that. Wow, that's unrealistic. That's a downer, isn't it? Oh, wow. So, yeah. Camille was something else here. It's like, choose a stag, I get killed. It's like, that's A, you're attacking them, B, they're soldiers. I kind of know that here, and you're the one killing them. Like, if you have problems with killing them, don't kill them. Do what Kira does. I mean, granted, he's still not that good of a pilot. I mean, Amuro did that when he boarded the Rick Diaz, even though he hasn't piloted a mobile suit outside of a simulator. Because, yeah, he was teaching in the mobile suit piloting school, in a mobile suit training academy, or military base. So, yeah, he was able Amuro was able to neutralize suits without killing the pilot. When Camille tried that, it didn't work. He just wasn't as skilled. But, there you go. Just do that, kid. This goes to show that, again, much like Amuro, he was not a soldier. He doesn't quite get it. Didn't quite get it at first, and eventually, well, I guess he refused to get it. Yeah, he technically refused to get it because he did eventually become a doctor. Yeah, well, so yeah, everyone, thank you all for watching. Overall, I gotta say, this list, I'd give it a B+. A- here. Again, Witch from Mercury. Too soon to have that in here, especially with the fact that it's not completed. Finish it. Probably would have replaced that with not build. Maybe, oh boy. Yeah, probably, yeah, the Origin. Yeah, go with the Origin. Okay, guys, so yeah, thank you for watching. Comment about what you all thought here. Tell me, what would you have replaced Witch from Mercury? And what other series you think should have been involved here? Gundam X should probably have fit somewhere. I don't know. Yeah. Like, subscribe for more videos. Till next one, this is Mecha-san, logging out.